Okay, I think we need to address the creepy-looking elephant in the room, Phrolova. With the release of her Resonator Showcase, many of the community, including myself, were a bit shocked to say the least. Now, of course, we all know that the Factious are one of the biggest antagonistic groups we have faced so far in wuwa, but I personally didn't take them quite seriously until very recently. Because, I mean, yeah, sure, we know that they're the bad guys, and bad guys do bad things, but with even knowing that, they just fell a little bit short for me. That was until the 2.4 quest happened, where Christophora had created a sonorosphere where Septimont had succumbed to its destruction, leaving it completely infested with tacit discords. Christophora's original plan was to create a new reality by overlapping the fictional timeline in the Sonoro with the real timeline. But you know what really shook me to the core? Was that despite their plan failing, the Factious didn't even break a sweat. In fact, they were so nonchalant about everything, it was so unsettling. Because that reaction highlights just how little we know about the Factious, as well as their multiple plans to achieve the goal of the true lament. Which brings me back to our conductor, Phrolova. There are still many things that we don't know about Phrolova, but what we do know is that she is one of the overseers of the Factious, and has been working with them for quite some time. Ultimately, Phrolova is going to be our first playable villain. Or is she? The community has been divided on whether Phrolova will be a redeemable villain, with some saying yes and some saying no. But the true question is, does Wuthering Waves need redeemable villains? Or should we just let villains, well, be villains? But is it even possible to redeem a person like Phrolova? When we are first introduced to her in Chapter 1, she is accompanying Scar on carrying out plans for the Factious. As we know, the Factious are a global organization with one ultimate goal: the true lament, something they regard as the next step for human evolution, by basically transforming everyone into TDs. By bringing about the true lament, humanity would get a clean slate, or at least that's what they believe, with Phrolova at its forefront ushering a new age of the world. In Chapter 1, it is also revealed to us that Phrolova is able to control tacit discords, and throughout the game we see her utilizing her forte to manipulate powerful TDs, such as Gehinnom the Dragon of Dirge and Cetus the Tidebreaker. But after the release of Phrolova's Resonator Showcase, we are now able to fully grasp how powerful her forte truly is. In the showcase, we see Phrolova witness an entire town get wiped out by a meteor. And Phrolova has the best seats in the house to witness the town's destruction. What was meant to be a beautiful celebration was turned into a devastating event of death. And what does Phrolova do in this scenario? Oh, yeah. She collects the frequencies of those who died there and uses said frequencies to fuel her tacit discord army. But what makes this even more chilling is that those frequencies are trapped in a time loop, forced to live out their deaths over and over again. But also, not really, because they don't necessarily know that they're going to be dying over and over again. Hey, look at me. Don't get sucked in by how pretty she is. It's still messed up. Anyways, remember back in the Black Shoals arc with the Necrostar and how there were many frequencies of those who died trapped inside of it? Well, if the Necrostar was a person, I think they would be besties with Phrolova, because the Necrostar is described as the mark of the beginning and the end of destruction, but also holds the key to salvation. And similar to the Necrostar, Phrolova believes that she holds part of the key to salvation. By trapping the frequencies of those who died in a time loop within her sonorosphere, Phrolova believes she is freeing them from the traumas of both life and death. And to her, that is salvation. The truth is, it is undeniable how complex of a character Phrolova is. But should she be redeemable? And my answer to that is no. Ultimately, I think the game would benefit massively from having a playable villain, not only because of the story, but also the dynamic between characters, specifically Rova, who is literally the main character. Throughout the story so far, Rova hasn't really had any direct conflict with any of the playable characters. Yes, there has been some tensions, as well as misunderstandings, like with Baija at the start of the game, or with Cantarella in 2.2, but both of those characters ended up becoming close allies of the Rova, and sometimes, if I'm being honest, it just gets a little bit tedious. I, for one, am all for making a playable villain like Phrolova stay a villain, because the game needs it. We need someone like Phrolova to be a direct oppositional force to Rova. We need someone to root against. That is not the Thenodians, or the Order, or even the Factious as a whole. So I'm hoping that with her release and the new story quest that Phrolova is irredeemable. Anyways, I know that this video was a little bit different to what I usually do. Regardless, I hope you enjoyed my little discussion. Please feel free to let me know in the comments your personal thoughts and theories on what we discussed, and as always, make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe if you haven't already. I will see you in the next one. Take care, bye!